All right, let's pull back the curtain on the world of fintech today. Now, you might think it's all just about apps and easy payments, but what's really happening is more like a three-act play, unfolding across the entire industry. So let's dive right in. Because, behind those super clean, simple apps on your phone, there's a whole world of high-stakes drama, some pretty intense talent show-style auditions, and yeah, even some very serious financial prenups. Let's take a look at each act, one by one. So let's start with Act 1, the drama. This story is all about the hidden risks in the system. It really shows just how interconnected and maybe even fragile the whole financial tech world can be when just one little piece falls out of place. And that's exactly what just happened. We're talking about nearly 700,000 customers of America First Credit Union who found out their personal info was compromised. That is a huge number. But here's the twist. The breach didn't even happen at the credit union. Nope. The real source was one of its behind-the-scenes partners, a company called FinWise Bank. So you're probably wondering, what in the world does FinWise do? Well, they're a huge player in something called banking as a service, or BaaS for short. Think of them as the plumbers of the fintech world. They're the licensed bank that provides all the core infrastructure, the pipes, that lets other fintech companies build their shiny apps on top. They handle the messy, regulated stuff so the app developers don't have to.
And this is where you can see that domino effect, clear as day. It all kicked off with an insider at FinWise, the BaaS provider, who allegedly mishandled some data. That one failure, well, it exposed FinWise, which then cascaded down to its partner, America First, and boom, ultimately hundreds of thousands of customers had their data leaked. It's a massive reminder that your security is only as strong as the weakest link in the chain.
Okay, this analogy is just perfect. It makes so much sense. You trust your favorite food truck, right? You go there all the time. But you probably never, ever think about the shared kitchen they use to prep all their food. In the fintech world, BaaS is that shared kitchen. If it has a problem, every single food truck, every app that relies on it gets hit. It's a pretty powerful way to think about all the hidden stuff happening with the apps we use every day. Okay, so that's the drama. A little heavy, right? Let's switch gears. Welcome to Act 2, the entertainment. This is where we shift from the risks to the pure excitement, where industry giants have basically stopped trying to fight startups and have started auditioning them instead. I mean, seriously, think about it. If you're a massive, established company, how do you stay relevant? Especially when cool, scrappy innovators are popping up all over the place. Well, it turns out Mastercard's answer isn't to build a bigger wall. It's to build a bigger stage and hold auditions. The old way of doing things was simple. See a new startup as a threat and just try to crush them. But Mastercard is taking a much, much smarter approach. With its Start Path program, it's literally holding auditions to find the most exciting new fintech companies out there and bring them into their world. I love this because it just nails the vibe. It's totally got that Shark Tank meets The Voice energy. Mastercard gets a front row seat to see the future of everything from lending apps to AI fraud detection. And the startups, they get a golden buzzer moment, a shot to work directly with Mastercard's top people and really scale their ideas. It's all about collaboration, not just competition. And hey, don't think this is just some small-time corporate program. It has a serious track record. Just look at who's come through it. Companies like Revolut and Rappi. I mean, these are household names in fintech now, and they got their start as participants. It really does prove that today's auditioner can be tomorrow's headliner. And that brings us to our final act, the cleanup. Now look, this part might not be as glamorous as a talent show, I get it, but it's the absolutely critical behind-the-scenes work that makes the biggest deals in the industry even possible. Okay, don't let the fancy term conditional redemption scare you. It sounds super complicated, but the idea is actually really simple. In the huge merger between Rocket Companies and Mr. Cooper, it basically just means Rocket has to pay off some of an old debt before the deal can be finalized. That's it. Think of it as some good old-fashioned financial housekeeping. So here's how it works step by step. Rocket plans the merger. Then it sends out a notice saying, hey, we're going to pay off this old debt. But, and this is the really key part, the payment only happens if the merger actually goes through. It's a smart way to protect themselves from paying for something on a deal that could still fall apart. And yeah, culturally, this is the perfect way to describe it. It's giving off some serious prenup energy. It just makes sense, right? Before you merge your multi-billion-dollar balance sheets, you want to make sure all the old financial baggage is taken care of first. It's all about starting that new partnership with a totally clean slate. So, we've seen the drama, we've had the entertainment, and we've done the cleanup. After all that, what does this three-act play really tell us about where fintech is at today? First, the drama. That FinWise breach is a huge wake-up call. It shows that all the slick, pretty apps on our phones are supported by this complex, often invisible web of other companies. And the security behind the scenes is every bit as important as the cool interface we see. Second, the entertainment. What Mastercard is doing shows a massive shift in how the big players think. The smartest giants out there aren't just building walls anymore, they're building stages. They're fostering innovation to make sure they're part of whatever comes next. And third, the cleanup. The Rocket merger is a great reminder that underneath all the buzzwords about innovation, fintech is still finance. The big flashy moves are always built on a foundation of sound financial engineering, and yeah, a little bit of that prenup energy. So the next time you tap your phone to pay for something, or you open an app to check your balance, just remember, it is never, ever just an app. It's an entire performance. The only question is, what part of the show, the drama, the entertainment, or the cleanup is playing out right now just behind your screen?